This video is brought to you by Odys Global, that's ODYS, and they are, well, my source and hopefully your source for age domains with strong backlinks and strong branding. So let's take a look at the domain for today. Today we're going to look at a specific domain. I do want to let you know that you can join Odys, ODYS.global, using my link. It's an affiliate link, so if you end up buying something, I'd get a commission, which I greatly appreciate. But the thing is, you can get $100 into your account, so there's no reason not to, give it a shot. So in this case, we're going to look at a specific domain featured for today. So this one is CultivateWines.com, and this is a pretty old domain. It's 11 years old. And it was actually an old wine label, essentially. So they were going to promote their own Cultivate wines out of the US. So I guess they're from the West Coast area. And it had articles and galleries related to wine events, as well as some simple recipes to pair with your favorite wine. So it's in the food and beverage and alcohol area. Domain rating of 20. Domain authority of 33, at least the last time I checked. And it's a very brandable domain. I think you can set it up as an affiliate site for home brewing and wine in general. There's also people that make wine at home, vintners, winemakers, but a lot of people that ferment things, they ferment beer, wine, cider, whatever. So anyway, this is a pretty awesome domain as far as the things that you can cover. Very similar to home brewing beer. Home brewing or winemaking is, people are obsessed. They spend a lot of money on it. So there are kits, there's various products that you need to use to make wine at home. So you could review all that stuff. Additionally, there are courses and different affiliate programs that are not physical products, so digital products that you can refer people to as well. So that said, there's plenty of room to, promote products in general, but there's tons of informational content as well. So there's a lot of how-to stuff and different things that you can teach people or at least cover that information. So lots of topics. Of course, if you end up going the informational route, which I think you should probably have informational and affiliate review content, but the informational you could put ads on. Now, that said, let's look at some of the power behind this domain. So we're going to hop over to Href. So we see cultivatewines.com. Domain rating of 20. It has 196 referring domains. We can see that right here. And then we can also see that there are 165 do follow domains. So I typically look at the number of referring domains, and the do follow are the ones that matter the most. So with that said, let's look at some of the referring domains. So we have Wikipedia, Vimeo, Scientific America. So these are all of them. Of course, Wikipedia is not a followed link, but we can just filter here and we can see Mercury News, Brown Paper Tickets.com, Architectural Digest, Parade, Fordham EDU, Orange.com, CookingLight.com, Independent, Tasting Table, Nashville Scene, and so on. The point being, there are a lot of awesome links. So I would speculate, if you want to get into the wine space or somehow in the alcohol or beverage area, of course you can just run with this. If you have a food blog already, I would speculate that you potentially could put together a silo or a section of your website, a cluster of content around food, beverages, and alcohol, really. So if you had that section, you could redirect this specific age domain to that cluster of content. And really, it's like an acquisition. It's a great way to look at it. So anyway, if you're interested in this domain, maybe you have a food blog or something, this could be a great way to branch out into the wine, beverage, and alcohol area, for example. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, there have been several homebrew topics in the domains that we've featured from Odys. So you could put together a little acquisition package where you're getting a section or a domain on wine, you're getting a domain on home brewing beer, and then you're kind of putting them together into one more powerful domain. So just a thought. And once you hop into Odys, once you get your account approved and all that stuff, you can browse. They have quite a few domains to choose from. Prices are clearly listed, and they have this pretty sweet filtering mechanism over here. So if you know that you want to, say, look for travel related domains, you can filter based on that. You can also look at, say, the SEO value and look to see maybe how many referring domains they have. Maybe you want to make sure there's 25 at a minimum, and then you have filters to narrow things down. Price is always a consideration, so maybe we want to look for under $10,000, for example. And then we have a few choices. Okay, you can look a little harder if you want to and filter a little harder if you'd like. But essentially, you get the idea, and you could also say make sure you're only looking at English or French or something like that. Maybe you're only looking at French related ones, and you can go take a look. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't use these for other purposes. Sometimes they just maybe have that background, or maybe they don't have that strong of a background, and you can repurpose it to some other area. So anyway, check out Odys. Really appreciate it, and catch you on the next video.